Friends, hello and welcome back. We have another episode of Hindsight 2020. Today, we are going back with the Edmonton Oilers and playing a little game of what if they did this trade differently? What if they drafted this player differently? Again, the series called Hindsight 2020 for a reason. And we're going to date this back to 2015. We can't go earlier than that, whether the Oilers did or didn't make good moves before that, because it all led up to the guy we know as Connor McDavid, and we can't change that result right there. So we're going back to 2015, starting off with Griffin Reinhart. The Edmonton Oilers are going to trade Griffin Reinhart for a 2015 first round pick and a second round pick. Reinhart has been a career AHLer. Meanwhile, the Islanders would go on to use that first round pick to select Anthony Boyu, a guy I still think the Islanders have a lot of faith in here. He's still young, still a lot of potential, and even this last season, 39 points in 68 games played, he started to come in his own this year, and Boyu's got some promise here in the future, to say the least. Oddly enough, though, we'll talk about where the Oilers got that second round draft pick to trade. It came from a trade that sent Jeff Petrie a packet. Petrie, who has been a staple for the Canadians over the past 5 seasons, logging 23 minutes a night, playing some good hockey over there, out the door for a second round pick. We'll slide on to 2016. The Edmonton Oilers would draft Jesse Puljujarvi with the 2016 4th overall pick. They could have selected guys like Matthew Tkachuk, Clayton Keller, Mikhail Sergachev, Tyler Just. Pretty much anybody is a better option than a guy that is currently trying to force his way off the team. But hey, from what I've been hearing lately, there's been rumblings that it's possible that, you know what, Puljujarvi's a little bit more open to returning to Edmonton right now than he was previously. So hey, maybe this pick down the road we look back and say, hey, it wasn't that bad. For now though, it's not looking too good for Edmonton. 2016, it wasn't the year for Edmonton. You pick up McDavid, it's like, all right, things are gonna turn around. Edmonton's like, no, pull with the phones, just not yet. We're gonna trade Taylor Hall and pick up defenseman Adam Larson, a trade that has been heavily scrutinized over the years. One that it kind of made sense because the Oilers needed defense, but at the same time, what didn't make sense is how much they did get in return. I think people are right now, even though Larson's been a solid player for him, he's a top 4 defenseman for him, I think you still expected a little bit more in return. More specifically, probably because of the fact that they would trade a 3rd round draft pick. Think this one through. They traded a 3rd round draft pick in 2016 for Justin Schultz. That's all they got in return. Justin Schultz, another guy that, you know, over the last 5 seasons in Pittsburgh's logged 20 minutes a night, a top 4 defenseman. Now, don't get me wrong, we know, Adam Larson's more of a defensive guy. Justin Schultz got some offensive prowess to him, but at the end of the day, top 4 for top 4, and one of these top 4 defensemen garnered a 3rd round pick. The other garnered a Hart winner, Taylor Hall. So I think we can see, it could have been better there. And then finally, yes, we will talk about Ryan Strome getting traded for Ryan Spooner. Now, Edmonton wasn't the only guy to, pass up on this guy. It was the Islanders, right? The Islanders was where he went there, and then he came to the Rangers, and this season had a very good year with the New York Rangers, and it was playing with Panarin, right? So I mean, obviously there's gonna be some question of how much Carey and Panarin did. Nonetheless, I can't tell you what Ryan Spooner is right now, so we're gonna say probably could have passed up on that trade as well. All of this happening after 2015, and what's really interesting about all of this is, you can play the hindsight whether they got this pick or that pick. They had McDavid for all of these moves, minus the Petrie one, I think. So that's what's crazy about this over that course of the time there. So even with McDavid, where they had these draft picks, here's the team as a whole though. Hall, McDavid, Tkachuk on the first line, Draisaitl, Strome, and Nugent Hopkins on the second, Boyu and Neal over there. Got James Neal 3rd line in it now, a little different there. Clefbaum, Petrie in that first line on defense, Schultz and Nurse on the second line. So a little upgrade on the defense here. These special teams will make sure all this is just beautiful right now. Look at this, Draisaitl, McDavid, jeez. Draisaitl, McDavid, and Taylor Hall. Tkachuk at the point. Good luck. Good freaking luck. That is filthy. Great looking team there. Anybody killing penalties? Of course I got a couple guys that can do that. The one thing I did not change with Edmonton was their goaltending. We're still got Koskinen in the net over there. So we'll see how their 83 overall goaltending does play. But I tell you what, this maybe it's an unpopular opinion, but personally, when you look at the trades they made, I get them. I completely get these trades. Make them. I'd make them every day of the week. The problem is the return. You look at Edmonton right now. We just gave them Tkachuk, Taylor Hall, Ryan Strome, and I'll be the first one to say it, cold, ignorant, they're useless. They're absolutely useless. You know why? Because Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid just went out there and dropped 100 burgers this season, playing with far less. Far less. Both of them are capable of carrying two players on their wings. Again, we brought up the comparison to Malkin and the Crosbys, right? They don't need these stud players on the wing to play well. They're good enough to do it on their own. The problem was the return was look at these guys, though, 29-9. The return, which wasn't there. They needed defense. They tried to get it in Reinhart. They tried to get it in Larson. If they could have turned those, trades into top 4 defensemen, 2 of them, or even the top pair defensemen in general, that was probably ideal with Taylor Hall. You get a top line D-man back, kind of like, I like to think Ryan Johansson, the Seth Jones deal there. You try to get a top line defenseman back, then this team is nasty because you have Connor McDavid, Draisaitl dominating on offense, and then you have a very good defense. You got a young goalie coming up, but it looks like that doesn't matter right now. It looks like just getting these guys back in general was going to make these Edmonton Oilers a dominant team, because these guys are going to win 50. These guys are going to win. Maybe they're on a losing streak in March. You never want to end the month of March cold. They're not going to win 50. I lied. They fell apart in March. Absolutely fell apart in the month of March. But they're going to make playoffs, which is important here. 48, 27, and 3. We'll see how they did from a standings perspective. Top of the division, 103 points. So they got that going. But they certainly are not at top of the league, I'd have to guess. Right? No, third. Winnipeg and Boston. So they are the number 2 seed and number 3 across the entire NHL here. So we'll see how they do. McDavid, 95 overall, 107 points, 40 burger. Taylor Hall said, how you doing? That's a 91-43 goal season for him. Had to imagine he enjoyed life over there. Draisaitl, only 32 goals. Interesting. He is a sniper. Interesting. 32 goals. Maybe he played with other players around him. He didn't. I don't know. Ryan Strom's a playmaker, right? Yeah, he's a playmaker. Interesting to see 32 out of Leon Draisaitl, the monster that he is. Oh, well. Great season there. 64 out of Nugent Hopkins. You had, Ryan Strome over there at 62 as well. Even James, the real deal, Neal, still having a good season there. Anybody struggle on this team? There's the question. Darnell Nurse, baby. 39 on the plus minus. Killing it. Good for him. +0 for Bear. Decent. Kind of, not really. Worst on the team, +3 there. So decent play. Decent play out of the fellas. One thing we did not take a look at was the goaltending. The goaltending probably fell apart at the end of the season. That would be my guess. We'd have to take a look at the stats, not the standings, to guess that. But if we had to make one, that'd be our guess. I swear they changed the left trigger, right trigger on season and franchise mode. They're both back and forth like they're opposites, because we always hit the wrong one when we're looking here. But here we go. 909 out of Koskinen. Yeah. 909. Did I call Koskinen a young goalie? I'm going to get so much heat for that one. I hope you guys made it this far in the video. I don't know why I thought he was younger than that. I promise I didn't know. Koskinen to Smith. It's all right. It's all good. At least I didn't say that Cam Talbot backing him up. That would have been a good one there. But Minnesota in the first round. W to start off the series there. Minnesota. I see if we can take care of business. We think 4 games. 4-game sweep for Edmonton. It was a slow march. There's a W. There's a loss. Oh, they're going to fall 2 straight on the road. Got to win those road games, fellas. Got to win those road games. Here we go. Game number 5 is a W at home. All right. Still win it on the road. We don't have to win the road games, I guess. I mean, technically, this is a team that is a not a Stanley Cup, but a home team right here. So they don't really have to win the home games or road games. They don't want to. They got 4 games at home. Here we go. Edmonton, what you guys got? 1-1 series or period after, well, you know the words, the score, the 1-1. We'll get it out eventually, maybe, probably not. Leon Draisaitl looking great. Looking great. There's a 2-goal lead. We have Greeners and we have Stromykins. Game. Oh, not game. Comeback. Fiala. Oh, goodness. Galchenyuk and Fiala. We're going to overtime, fellas. Edmonton still could possibly blow this one, but they did it. They came back and clutched it. 1 shot, 1 goal. Leon Draisaitl. We called him out. Called him out for the lacking of goals this season. We wanted a 50 burger. He didn't do it. He said, don't worry, coach. We're getting them playoffs. Who do we got in the second round here for these Edmonton Oilers? It's Vancouver. Easy money, baby. Oh, maybe not. They're 4-0 so far. They had a pretty good first start, but they're cold, that means. Going to the second round, a week off. We'll see if it affects them. Right now, the answer is yes. Edmonton up 2-0 once again on the games played at home. They're good on the home games. That's what they got going for them. Then they're gonna, they won game 4. Okay. I was gonna say I was gonna split it again. A chance to end the series right now against Vancouver. Here we go. And they're gonna do it. Edmonton's gonna go to the conference finals, and it's gonna be up against the Blackhawks. Why do the Blackhawks always sim up so well in this game? I don't know what they do, but they sim up fantastic. Again, conference finals, but it looks like they just can't handle Edmonton. This Edmonton offense is nasty, man. You can't slow these guys down. How do you slow down this offense? Tell me, please. Okay, maybe we got an answer. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. All right, there's a game 5 W. That's what we needed to see. Beautiful. Game 6. Okay, what do you got? Oh, it's just Washington. Oh, he got his Stanley Cup. He don't want another one. It's fine. Washington, sit down. Okay, fine. We'll lose the game. Washington, sit down. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for listening. Game 3, you want to do the same? Yeah? Yeah? Oh, perfect. Perfect. Here we go. Chance to make it a 3-1 series lead against these Capitals, and they are going to do it in beautiful fashion. Here we go. Edmonton with a chance to close out the series in Edmonton, actually. In Edmonton, period 1. And Washington getting out to an early lead. Did not mess around. It was about 3 seconds into the game. 11 seconds into the game. Hagelin burying it. And Washington again. This time Ovechkin. McDavid trying to get the comeback in here for the boys. Not a big deal if they can't. Not a big deal. They got 2 more tries here to win this one. There's the tying goal, though. There's Leon Draisaitl doing what Leon Draisaitl does. Power play Capitals. Nothing doing. Nothing doing for the Capitals. Edmonton in the driver's seat here. The pressure's on Washington. They don't score a goal soon. Edmonton's got to feel good about it. The home ice there. There's the goal. There's the goal. Oh, Hathaway burying one there for Washington. And they're going to come away with this one. It's going to take a second try here for Edmonton. The series still 3 Edmonton, 2 Washington. Edmonton still needs that 1 dub. They're going to fall behind early again. This time Dillon with the goal. Going to fall behind even more. This time Kuznetsov. The 3-1 series reverse is coming. Feeling it. There's an Ovechkin goal. That's how she goes in this game. That 3-1. There's nothing worse than a 3-1 series lead in the simulation of the NHL 20 world. I can tell you one thing about that. Washington is stomping Edmonton. There's a goal. They're coming back, though. There's Leon Draisaitl. So this man's been on fire. Guy's got a goal in every game, it seems like, right now. He's trying to do his best to put the team on his back. Unfortunately, it's part of a losing effort. Power play, Edmonton. Nothing. End it, baby. And that was a long power play, too. Edmonton's going to drop another one, and there's going to be a game number 7. Washington, Edmonton. Looking for the reverse. Almost reverse sweep, the semi-reverse sweep, 3 straight wins there to win the Stanley Cup. It's in Edmonton. The place is going to be electric. And Washington, once again, Govalchuk with the goal, jumping ahead early. Edmonton coming back, though. There is our boy, Leon Draisaitl. Once again, this guy is ridiculous. He's ridiculous. He can't be stopped. Guys scoring goals every single left and right. It doesn't matter. Edmonton, power play. Chance to get the lead. Nope, not going to happen. They're going to stay at 2-1. I shouldn't say chance to get the lead. They had the lead, but a chance to expand it. Now they don't have a lead, though. It is 2-2. Kovalchuk again. He is trying to put this Capitals team on his back, and we got an exciting one. It's Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals, and we're going to overtime. Here we go. Nothing going early. Edmonton, Washington, 2-2. Series is 3-3. Winner takes all right here. Who's walking home with L. Stanley in the cup? There's Dillon with the shot. Taylor Hall at the top of the point there, right side. Couldn't get her to go. 15 minutes left. Yeah, that guy Kovalchuk trying to end it. Kobe going for the hat trick. Couldn't get her done there. It's still 2 apiece. This game's got 10 minutes left, and we're going to a second overtime. There's a power play for the Capitals. Need a big kill here by Edmonton, and they're going to get it. Edmonton with the clutch kill here. 7 minutes left. Time is a ticking. Continuous OT, though. Doesn't matter. There's the game. There's the game. Leon? Was it Leon? Oh, it was Nurse. Nursekins, welcome. Edmonton's going to do it in thrilling fashion. 3-2 Stanley Cup champs, Edmonton Oilers. What a season for the Oilers. In hindsight 2020, this team wins the Stanley Cup. As for this video, though, guys, if you enjoyed it, big thumbs up, subscribe is appreciated and never required. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.